But when you see this curve, and it's essentially, it looks like a Nike swoosh backwards, right? It's steep and then less and less over time. So what does that tell us? It tells us most of the churn is early. And to your point, most of the causes are early. So if you look at my ebook, I divide them into these three groups, and you are one of the people who picked this up. Of the 23 reasons, 16 of them, right, have to do with early churn. And the majority of those have to do with things that happen even before they're a customer. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. Right? So what does that tell us? Well, this is actually the result of massive amounts of research, years and years of research. And what we found is there are not an unlimited number of factors we can statistically tie to churn. There are only so many, right? Maybe there's a couple dozen. And at least half of those, if not more than half, have to do with the way we market and sell customers in the first place. Now, that shouldn't be shocking. If you think about early churn, a customer who leaves in 2 weeks or 30 days or 90 days, right? That's very rapid. They're failing very early. Even if their contract doesn't expire till a year, they're still failing very early. What are the drivers of that failure? And once again, I go back to the fact that, if you look out into the CS world, there's millions of things we're supposed to do. But my clients, the companies I work with, they can't do a million things. They can't do 10 things. They have limited resources. We can maybe do 1 or 2 or 3 things well, right? Well, the good news is actually that's all you need to do, because when you look at your churn, you don't have every kind of churn. There's going to be a dominant mode. And for most SaaS companies, it's early churn. But even if it's late churn, that dominant mode allows you to focus your energy on the things that really matter. So if it's early churn, there are really just 2 major factors that drive early churn: bad fit customers and the inability to get good fit customers to their first result. So call it onboarding, onboarding to results anyway. And so, well, if it's just those 2 things, now it makes sense why all these factors matter. Deep discounting. Yeah. Does it affect churn? Oh yeah, very, very significantly, very consistently. The more you discount, especially past about 25% discount, the more it directly impacts churn. Why? Well, when you heavily discount, you're sending a message to the customer: this isn't a very big deal, it's not that valuable, you won't have to try very hard. So they don't try very hard, they don't get results, and they churn out. So it's those kind of factors. There's a bunch on there, but really that's why dividing it into the early, mid, and late allows companies to find what their dominant mode is and concentrate their resources there. And because we've released them from the myth that customer satisfaction will save them, they've now gained back those resources to focus on actual real leverage, right, that exists.